Can we start our luncheon activities? Can you put your hand up if you can hear me? We've done this before, haven't we? It works every time. Well, thank you all for being here. We're excited to be in Concord, the school where Krista McAuliffe started her journey. Good afternoon. I hope you've all had a great day so far. My name is Cindy Dunlap, and I'm currently serving as the NHSTE Interim President, which is our New Hampshire Educational Technology Organization. On behalf of our co-sponsor, NHSAA, and our partner, NHCTO, it's my pleasure to welcome you officially to the 39th Annual Krista McAuliffe Transforming Teaching and Technology Conference. As you all know, this conference is dedicated to the memory of Krista. And later on this afternoon, if you have not already seen it on the New Hampshire Public Television station, we will be airing the video that they produced, the documentary, Krista. It's 27 minutes long. We'll be doing it once starting shortly after the keynote ends, and then a second time a half an hour after during the Adventure Zone times. Krista's mantra was, "I touch the future, I teach." That has not changed one bit since Krista's time as an educator. And I expect all of you to embrace that with the information that you've learned the 2 days that if you're able to join us for 2 days here at CMTC. And putting a conference is no small event, and our sponsors and our partners are a big part of this. We're going to introduce all of our sponsors, and then we'll ask you to please acknowledge them with an applause when I go through them. So our platinum sponsor is Tutor.com, Princeton Review. Our gold sponsor, Lenovo, Intel. Our silver sponsors, OneScreen and Renaissance. Our bronze sponsors, Canfield Systems, ClassLink, Infinite Campus, Imagine Learning, and ViewSonic. And I hope that you've all had an opportunity to visit the Partner Pavilion right next door in Salon C and see our main sponsor, and our main sponsor booths have all been in the hallway. A special thank you to our CMTC 25 Steering Committee. If you're on the steering committee, just give your hand a wave so people can see who is here to help with the planning and the effort that goes into this. I know some of our NHSA people are at the end of the line for And now, it is my honor to call up Mike Wakefield. Mike is our NHSTE Awards Chair, and he is going to be awarding our Pat Keyes Technology-Using Educator Award, the Susan Janosz Leadership Award, and our Making It Happen Award.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm glad that I am not between you and lunch. This is good. I hear good things happening out there. I'm Mike Wakefield. I am a retired CTO, a school CTO, and I am also adjunct faculty at Keene State College, where I have been for 76 semesters. It's scary. I am delighted to be able to award these folks, show these folks off. There's some great people. We always have great people for this. So I'm going to start right away introducing the Pat Keyes Technology-Using Educator Award, which was founded in memory of Pat Keyes, who I actually remember in the Keene School District. She was a founding member of NHSTE and editor of a thing that came on paper called the NHSTE Connections Newsletter. Imagine that, a thing on paper. The award recipient is someone who is a public or private pre-K-12 New Hampshire classroom teacher, somebody that's in the trench, integrates digital resources into effective teaching strategies, shows improved student performance, and shares ideas in formal and informal arenas. And I'm delighted to say that this year's Pat Keyes Award goes to Liz Juster, English teacher at Londonderry High School. Liz is an English teacher and a competency coach with more than 40 years of daily classroom teaching, consistently leveraging technology to deepen learning long before modern platforms exist. I don't want to date you or anything, but I feel that myself. She's an early tech innovator, integrating classroom computers, building pre-Google Class websites, and securing grants that advance collaboration and instructional practice. She designed strong tech-integrated writing units, blending drafting tools, structured peer review, multimodal publishing, and metacognitive reflection. She demonstrates measurable student gains in thesis clarity, revision habits, critical thinking, and overall ownership of learning. She actively shares her practices with others through presentations, coaching, open classrooms, and published materials that help colleagues adopt effective strategies. She leads in ethical AI integration. That can't be more important than anything else at this point. Teaching students to use AI for brainstorming, feedback, and audience awareness, focusing on thinking, not shortcuts. Her work aligns tightly with ISTE standards, exemplifying the educator roles of designer, facilitator, and learner, while developing empowered, responsible digital citizens. And she continues to lead, learn, and innovate, choosing tools that make thinking visible and improve feedback time, showing no signs of slowing, even at this point in her career. Please welcome Liz Juster, the winner of the 2025 Pat Keyes Technology-Using Educator Award. And now I get to push this out and hope not to drop it. I promise I won't drop it. And I'm hoping this is your award. Because it's how I did it in order. And I'd like to present you with a plaque with this award. And a little token of our appreciation. Thank you. Would you like to say a few comments?
I remember in the early 80s, I realize many of you weren't alive then, but in the early 80s, I had a great teacher at UMass Boston who said, technology is going to be the future, and the more you can get involved in it, the better your career is going to be, the more interesting it'll be. And my first steps were working with the Boston Public Schools and figuring out how to splice film, reel to reel film. And every time something came along that made my life easier, because I hated typing, I just grabbed onto it, and I held onto it. And as I'm starting to wind down my career, I'll probably be done in the next 2 to 4 years, what I want to leave with the generation behind me is jump in on the newest thing. It keeps you alive, it keeps you awake, it keeps you interested, and that makes an interested and alive and awake group of students. So thank you.
Okay, our next award is in memory of Susan Janosz, who was a NHSTE member and a pioneer technology integrator and worked in the Manchester School District for many years. And because there's not room on this podium for my iPad, I'm using the Flintstones version of my notes. So, the Susan Janosz Award supports digital learning within the context of school reform, restructuring, and improvement, demonstrates a commitment to ongoing self-education. The recipient significantly advances the workplace experience. This year's Susan Janosz Award goes to Paul Petramo from Digital Learning Specialist from Londonderry Middle School. Paul? Come on down. get this out without breaking anything, I'll be doing great. And here we are. So,
Thank you so much.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Melissa's taking pictures, so
Melissa's taking pictures.
that's good. And this is a little token.
Thank you.
More later.
Okay.
So please, feel free.
You know, I did a lot of thinking about what to say when I got up here in this moment. And I'm not really good at speaking in front of adults. I can talk in front of kids all day long, get in front of adults, and I'm like, wow. You do this job not for the awards. You don't do it to win anything. You do the job because you're good at it, and you do the best job you can. And sometimes the kids will come back a couple years later and tell you how much of a difference you made in their lives. And that's what gets you. And that's what keeps you going. That's what feeds your soul. And when I was nominated for this award, that's what fed my soul. Because somebody recognized me, and I didn't need to win the award. And I was frankly floored that I did. So I'm really appreciative of it. And especially to bear the name of Susan Janosz for your, it was really special. She was something amazing. So thank you very much.
Now, I got off track there just a little bit, but I want to let you know that you can continue from that. And I wanted to let you know a little bit more about Paul. And we're going to give him another round of applause because the presenter messed up his notes because they're on paper, you see. So Paul is an educator who champions meaningful tech integration, translating passion into school-wide impact from educator websites to a centralized staff hub. Imagine that. Co-teaches across grades 6 to 8 in all subject areas, modeling effective pedagogy and mentoring teachers implementing new tools. He advances operational efficiency and equity by securing and deploying systems for flex time, student passes, typing, instruction, and device management. He leads district-wide AI initiatives, serving on the AI task force, designing a full summer PD series, and launching a 50 educator AI pilot with Magic School versus School AI. And I was in one of the groups. I couldn't keep up. I'm way too old and slow. But I was in one of the groups that Melissa and Paul were doing. It was fascinating. Really good stuff of School AI. Some of you were probably in there. He designs learner-centered environments aligned with ISTE educator standards for leader, designer, collaborator, citizen, and learner. He empowers students as digital citizens and innovative creators, aligning with ISTE student standards. He also builds strong community and district partnerships to ensure tools align with instructional goals and legislative priorities, consistently goes above and beyond, offering unwavering support and transforming big ideas into sustainable school improving practices. So I want you once again to recognize Paul, the winner of the 2025 Susan Janosz Technology Impact Award. And I'll let Roy splice this in the right order later on, okay? That'll make it look much better. Now, usually that's where we stop, but we have gone back to a tradition that we've had some years in running and had fallen out sort of on and off through the pandemic period. We now are going to move to a third award, which is really an ISTE plus ASCD award that we have arranged once again. It's called Making It or Making IT Happen Award. Now, some of you may have heard of this one. Usually this was done sort of like in a secret room before, but now we're doing it a different way. We're doing it out in public. So this recipient embraces innovation and leads with purpose, empowers students to enhance and support their own learning, uses digital learning resources in innovative ways to inform learning goals, develops connections with students by inspiring, encouraging, and coaching them to invest in their own learning. Also realizes that teacher empowerment is the key to transforming learning environments and culture, believes in the power of every learner to succeed, and motivates and engages learners to use information confidently by building literacy skills. This year's ISTE, ASCD, NISTE, and everybody else award, Making It Happen award, goes to Kirsten Sirocco. And I don't know where she wound up. That's a long story. Who is the Director of Personalized Professional Learning and Growth at Pinkerton Academy. Now, she's in a unique position. I see she's sitting with her, these two guys are handlers for each other, I think. They kind of always come in pairs, kind of like nuns, I thought about that, but anyway. One of the interesting things that we found about this when we were discussing this one is how unique this situation is. She reimagined a non-tech role into a technology-aligned leadership position, intentionally integrating curriculum, instruction, assessment, and ed tech into a unified school-wide system. There's a continuum that runs here, and I've seen it in action. She has broken down long-standing silos, building a cohesive team that directly benefits every educator and student in Pinkerton Academy, even students that don't know who you are. And I have some of them in my classes right now, from some Pinkerton folks, know what you did. Serves as the school's coach, really, bringing balance, openness, and a deep commitment to elevating teaching and learning. Champions ongoing ed tech learning, continually expanding her own expertise, I've seen it happen, to support innovative, instructionally grounded practice. She also has been leading and co-leading generative AI initiatives. She's a recognized leader, has been honored with the 2025 Alan B. Shepard Award. Raise your hand if you remember Alan B. Shepard. And the 2021 Team Astro Award for pivotal work during the shift to online learning, which, as most of us know, was not trivial. She models innovation with purpose, ensuring technology choices enhance instruction rather than distract from it, and embodies belief in every learner using vision, collaboration, and compassion to make her a true technology hero. So, without further ado, please welcome Kirsten Sirocco, winner of the 2025 Making It Happen Award. Now, there's a thing that goes with this. So you have to suffer through this a little bit.
I got you, Mike.
Okay, so here's the thing, and it's kind of in the mail. So we had to go to some previous award winners to help us out with staging this a little bit. So there's part of this ceremony is a jacket.
Oh, swag, nice.
I mean, really nice swag, except you can't keep this. But well, I'll explain all that later. But okay. It might not be the right size for you, so we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see how it works. I didn't give you mine, so how's that?
I'll take it.
Probably a little, but maybe we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I think she looks good in this, don't you? But there's another piece that goes with this. That's all part of the experience, and it's a piece that you never forget because you can never get rid of it. No. So this now you have to. You see, so it kind of goes like this. So if you just, here we go. We'll get you parked. See, there you go. And she'll be shedding feathers. You'll be able to follow her all the way down the hall for the rest of the afternoon.
This won't be on for long.
No, I don't think so. That's okay. We can put it back in its cage because it's literally disintegrating in front of our eyes. But you have to have the full experience. Anyway,
Yes.
Now I'm going to let you try to stand up and say something if you'd like.
Okay.
No pressure.
Yeah, I'm not shy in talking in front of adults. That's what I do on a daily basis. So I did not know this was happening today. My counterpart, my planning partner, what did you call us? Do you remember that word? I liked it. Handler. Yeah. That's very appropriate. Yeah. Chris DiMaselli, many of you know her because she is the techie guru that lives in our state of New Hampshire and across our country. I was blessed
by having her be someone who I talked to often when we were going through curriculum and instruction and assessment at Pinkerton. And one day I just looked at my two deans who are amazingly supportive of what we do at Pinkerton for professional learning and said, I need her to come over to my side. I'm done having two sides to the coin here because our teachers need both of us. And they looked at me and said, you're right. And so the following year, she and I live next to each other. We do everything in model, what we call planning partners. So all of our initiatives, and I say that in quotes because all of our plus oneing and all of us building from prior knowledge, when we come up with stuff, we do it together. And so when teachers are learning and believing in themselves, they learn through this model of planning partners. And so all of our teachers at our school have embraced that. And so Chris and I, as leaders in that space, do it with them. And so I'm so blessed to have Chris with me. We would not be able to do what we do at Pinkerton with 3,200 kids and 275 faculty without the team that we have built together. And so I know she did this to me, and so that she and I will have that conversation later. Thank you all so very much. Keep continuing doing what you do.
One more thing. There's still one more thing. So there's always one more thing, right? So this is also part of it. You get this. And there's a little pin here. This is the certificate. Don't tell anybody this is a forgery because the other one's in the mail. It looks exactly like this. So there you go. Congratulations, Kristen. You're welcome. Thank you so much. Oh, we'll talk later. You can wear it for now. Just try to, Glenn, do you have the leaf blower? Could you bring the leaf blower up here? It's, all right. So I just want to wish congratulations to all of our 2025 NHSTE Award winners, Liz, Paul, Kirsten. Give them a round of applause.